I was always a fan of dining guides, Gomio, Gambero Rosso, all the different guides. And when the internet came along and people started blogging and talking about restaurants in online discussion forums, I realized that the point of view of the online community was a little bit different than the traditional media. And so I decided I would create a guide to try and capture that point of view and express it in a public way. 6 years ago, I started the guide. And even though people could always review restaurants in Europe, I basically focused my attention on the US list. Last year, for the first time, I published the list in French, Italian, Spanish, German, and Japanese, in addition to English, and the traffic volume to the site went crazy, okay? I always had my most traffic from the US and England, but all of a sudden it was the US, France, Japan, and then England. So it made me realize that even though we have, all the countries in Europe have restaurants that could be the best on the continent, that France was still the epicenter. So I decided that I wanted to present the list in France, okay? And we put this together, so hopefully the first time, and hopefully each year it will become bigger and bigger, and it'll become a big soirée, and we'll take it to every country, okay, in Europe. And that's why we're here today. That's why you're here today. So there are 4 types of guides, okay? You have individual opinion, journalists, right? You have individual opinion under editorial opinion, Michelin, right? You have crowdsourcing, Zegat, okay? And I have I created what I call weighted crowdsourcing, all right? And weighted crowdsourcing means that if Laurent eats at 200 restaurants a year, his opinion counts more than somebody who eats at 50 restaurants a year. So that's what I changed, okay, from what everybody else. So even though you have a lot of overlap, it makes the list a little different, okay? And what it really makes is new restaurants that are coming up, okay? Since the community of online diners wants to go to find all the brand new restaurants, you'll see when you get the list, they're higher, on the list than you would see at, we won't mention any names, some more traditional lists.
Okay, and what about the 50 best?
Well, it's the same. I think it's the same thing. I think the 50 best is great, and anything that promotes dining, I think, is really good. But from what I understand about the voting on the 50 best, the voters have to vote for 5 restaurants in their country and 2 restaurants outside. So you have, what if you live in Rome and you want to vote for 7 restaurants outside of Italy? So they kind of guarantee it seems like they guarantee what I'm going to call even distribution of results. And I don't have that. The people can vote for, if you asked me the 10 best restaurants in the world, I would name all restaurants in Europe, not in the US, all right? The best restaurant in Europe, this is going to be restaurant Kiki de Costa in Dania, Spain.